Hola, buenos días, bienvenidos a clase número 21 y hoy vamos a aprender sobre unos lugares de interés. Pero primero vamos a revisar vocabulario esencial. Por favor, ¿cómo se dice números 1 hasta 10 en inglés? Venga, 5 minutos. Gracias. Venga, número 1, tomates, tomatoes. 2, cebolla española, Spanish onion. 3, pollo asado, roasted chicken. 4, aceitunas verdes, green olives. 5, guisantes, peas. 6, zanahorias, carrots. 7, sardinas, sardines. 8, queso, cheese. 9, coliflor, cauliflower. Y finalmente, número 10, ajo, garlic. Sounds like a disgusting pizza. Y ahora vamos a revisar vocabulario desde la estación de tren o estación de autobús, por ejemplo. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? Me gustaría. Me gustaría, I would like. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? Un billete. Un billete. A ticket. Un billete de ida y vuelta. A return ticket. Un billete de ida. A single ticket. El andén. A platform. Una entrada. Una entrada. An entrance ticket. Quisiera. Quisiera. Another word for I would like. Slightly more sophisticated than me gustaría. El avión. Avión. Plane. El tren. Train. El barco. Boat. El autobús. Bus. How would you say bus if you were in the Canary Islands? You can use autobus, but what specific word do they use there? You might remember it was guagua. Amazing word. Is it direct? Es directo? And finally, how much is it? ¿Cuánto es? Muy bien, continuamos. Vamos a aprender unos lugares de interés. Lugares de interés. Por ejemplo, a museum, a pool, a theatre, a shop, a restaurant, a cinema, a stadium, a park, a theme park. Vamos. Esta imagen es una piscina o un museo. Es un museo. Aquí. ¿Es una piscina o un parque? Es una piscina. 3. ¿Es un teatro o un restaurante? Es un teatro. 4. ¿Un parque de atracciones o una tienda? Es una tienda. 5. ¿Un museo o un restaurante? Es un restaurante. 6. ¿Un parque de atracciones o un cine? Sí, es un cine. 7. ¿Un museo, un teatro o un estadio? Sí, es un estadio. 8. ¿Una tienda, una piscina, un parque o un museo? Es un parque. Y finalmente, número 9. ¿Es un parque de atracciones, un parque, un cine o una piscina? Es un parque de atracciones. Muy bien. Y ahora, por favor, empareja las palabras con la imagen correcta. Por ejemplo, un o el estadio es imagen 7, un estadio. 5 minutos, vamos. Venga, listos en 1, 2, 3. Okay. Estadio is our stadium. Parque de atracciones is our theme park. Parque, park. Piscina, swimming pool. There's a clever way of remembering piscina and pool, but I won't tell you what it is because that would be highly inappropriate. Museo is our museum. Teatro is our theatre. Teatro also means drama. Cine is our cinema. Tienda is the word for shop. Now, if I were to say una tienda de música, that would be what kind of shop? Indeed, that would be a music shop. Or tienda de ropa. Ropa means clothes, so a clothes shop. Restaurante is obviously our restaurant. So in this lesson, we want to be able to say what one can visit or do or see in our town or city. So just have a practice with the pictures and the words on the screen for you right now. So if I were to say in my town, one can visit a park or the park, I'm quite simply going to say, en mi pueblo, in my town, se puede, new structure for us here, se puede, one can, visitar, what were we going to say, the park? El parque, or a park, un parque. So, en mi pueblo, se puede visitar un parque. And therefore, how would you say, in my town, one can visit a theatre? En mi pueblo se puede visitar, one can visit a theatre, un teatro. Of course, you could say you could visit the theatre, el teatro. What about in my town, one can visit a or the cinema? En mi pueblo se puede visitar un o el cine. In my city, one can visit a theme park. En mi ciudad se puede visitar un o el parque de atracciones. One more. In my city, one can visit the stadium. En mi ciudad se puede visitar un o el estadio. When we use the structure one can, notice in Spanish the following word or verb is an infinitive. Literally, we're saying one can to visit. So if I wanted to say one can eat, I'm going to say se puede comer. Take the infinitive verb. One can drink. Se puede beber. One can do. Se puede hacer. Okay, so se puede is followed by the infinitive verb. Let's have a go at forming that structure. We're going to use a question for now. So here are all the words you need, and I want you to translate those sentences, those questions, 1 to 4, into Spanish for me. I'll be back with you shortly. Venga, listos en 3, 2 y 1. What can one visit in your town? ¿Qué se puede, what can one, qué se puede visitar en tu pueblo? Okay? What can one visit in your town? 2. What can one eat in your town? ¿Qué se puede comer en tu pueblo? 3. What can one buy in your city? ¿Qué se puede comprar en tu ciudad? ¿Qué se puede comprar en tu ciudad? Y finalmente, número 4. What can one do in your city? ¿Qué se puede hacer en tu ciudad? Right, so some potential answers to those questions. This is where it gets just a little bit more complicated. So we're going to start off our answer with in my town or in my city, one can. We're then going to add our infinitive verb as we've already discussed. So en mi pueblo se puede comer. In my town you can eat. En mi ciudad se puede ir. In my city, one can go. This is the more complex part, though. If you were to say, in my town, one can visit the museum, I don't think we've got a problem with that. en mi pueblo se puede visitar el museo. But have a look at this one. If I were to say in my town one can go, I can't say, in English actually, never mind Spanish, in my town one can go the museum. You need to add the word to, don't you? In my town or my city, one can go to the museum. So that's why we've got two ways of saying this here. El museo, the museum. Al museo, to the museum. So if I were to say one can go to the museum, I'm going to have to say, for example, en mi pueblo, se puede ir al museo. Otherwise, you're saying go the museum, and that sounds a little bit Neanderthal. A ver, okay, so how would we say in my town one can go to the restaurant? Notice we're saying go to the restaurant. So we're going to start off with en mi pueblo, se puede ir. Are we going to say en un restaurante or al restaurante? Well, we don't want to say one can go in a restaurant. We're going to say one can go to the restaurant. So we're going to say se puede ir al restaurante. What about one can go to the swimming pool? One can go to the swimming pool. Okay, we're going to have se puede ir a la piscina. And notice that nouns that are masculine, like museo, ends in an O, which is a good clue. When we say to the plus a masculine noun, we're going to say al. However, when we use a feminine noun, such as piscina, ends in an A, there's our clue, we're going to say a la piscina. Vamos a practicar un poquito. Okay, we're going to practice a little bit. So what I want you to do is to write out these sentences, and I want you to choose the correct ending. So, en mi pueblo se puede ir, in my town one can go. Is it going to be number one, al museo, or number two, el museo? Okay, work your way through those four, and we'll go through the answers shortly. Hasta luego. ¿Y listos? En A, B, C. Venga, vamos. Number one, in my town one can go to the museum, al museo. Number two, in my city one can visit the park. We wouldn't say one can visit to the park. Tres, in my town one can go to the theatre, not one can go the theatre. Y finalmente, número cuatro, in my city one can go to the centre to eat. Do we want to say in a good restaurant or the good restaurant? In a good restaurant. Muy bien. Right, okay, we're going to do a reading comprehension now. So shortly will be a good opportune moment to pause the video or take a screenshot, print off this page, whatever you want to do. But please could you read through the text and answer those questions in English. Make a note of new vocabulary as well. Okay, I'll be back with you in about 10 minutes, I'd suggest, for that activity. Hasta luego. Y continuamos. Okay, before we go through the answers, I think it'd be a good idea to actually do a little bit reading out loud. So I'm going to read this text out loud to you, and I just want you to follow, and then I'd highly recommend that you read this out loud to yourself afterwards, just to practice pronunciation and fluency. Okay, vamos. Vivo en un pueblo que se llama Benalmádena, ubicado en el sur de España, en la Costa del Sol. Tiene aproximadamente 68,000 inhabitantes, entonces no es muy grande, pero hay mucho que hacer. Se puede ir a las muchas playas bonitas con arena perfecta y el mar azul. Se puede comer en unos buenos restaurantes que sirven platos típicamente españoles. Por ejemplo, gambas al ajillo, tortilla de patatas y también paella de mariscos o de pollo. Se puede visitar el parque de atracciones, Tivoli, con sus montañas rusas emocionantes, o los parques famosos con sus espacios verdes y animales interesantes. Además, se puede ir al puerto, donde hay muchas excursiones en barco, un cine y mucho más. ¿Y qué se puede hacer en tu pueblo? If you haven't already, I'd now suggest that you have a read through that text, read out loud to yourselves. Your family are going to be super impressed. They won't understand what you're saying, so go for it. Okay, let's get on with the answers then. Number one, where does the author live? Give 3 details. They live in a town, it's called Benalmádena. It's located in the south of Spain on the Costa del Sol. That's more than 3. How many people live there? Approximately 68,000 inhabitants. Correct this statement. It is quite small and doesn't have much to do. Well, they said it's not very big, but there is a lot to do. Give 3 details about the beaches. They say there are many pretty beaches with perfect arena is sand, and they also mention el mar azul, the blue sea. We are now looking for 4 details about the restaurants. Well, in the text it says one can eat in some good restaurants which serve typically Spanish dishes. And then some examples. We've got gambas al ajillo, which is garlicky prawns, I guess. Tortilla de patatas is our Spanish omelette or potato omelette. They also mention paella de mariscos, which is seafood paella. Notice the word mariscos comes from the word mar, which means sea. Or you could have chicken paella. What is Tivoli and what is it known for? Well, Tivoli is a theme park and it's known for its montañas rusas. Literally means Russian mountains. Now think about this, the shape of mountains, okay, that you could actually argue, yeah, they look a little bit like a roller coaster. So they have exciting roller coasters. How are the parks described? Well, the parks are described as famous with green spaces and interesting animals. What else can you do? Además, furthermore, one can go to the port where there are many excursions by boat. We've got a cinema and much more. What question is asked? What can one do in your town? I should point out, I know that sounds a bit maybe over the top, a bit too sophisticated in English when we say one can. Actually, this structure in Spanish is used by everyone, and there's no sort of stigma around the fact that it sounds sophisticated. That's how you just say it in Spanish. For a translation, translate the text into English, and if you want to post that in the comments below or send me a copy, I'll be happy to have a look through for you. Y muy bien, revisamos un poquito. ¿Esta imagen es un restaurante o una tienda? Es un restaurante. Se puede visitar un restaurante o se puede ir al restaurante. ¿Cómo se dice cinema? Un cine. ¿Cómo se dice one can visit the cinema? Se puede visitar el cine. ¿Y esta imagen es un parque o un parque de atracciones? Es un parque. ¿Cómo se dice one can go to the park? Se puede ir al parque. ¿Es una tienda de música, de juegos o de ropa? Es una tienda de ropa. Y finalmente, ¿es una piscina, un cine o un estadio? Es una piscina. Muy bien. Y por favor, ¿cómo se dice en inglés lugares? Lugares. Lugares son places de interés, of interest. Rellena el hueco. Se puede. Y en inglés, one can. ¿Y cómo se dice se puede visitar el museo? En inglés, por favor. One can visit the museum. ¿Y se puede ir al museo? One can go to the museum. ¿Y cuál es correcto? ¿Se puede ir al restaurante o al restaurante? A ver, one can go the restaurant? No. One can go to the restaurant, al restaurante. ¿Se puede ir a la piscina o la piscina? One can go to the swimming pool. Correcto, no, one can go the pool. Y finalmente, traduce el texto al inglés. Un minuto, por favor. ¿Listos? En 1, 2 y 3. What can one do in your town? One can go to the theatre or eat in a good restaurant. Muy bien, todo hecho, completado, terminado. Join me next time for lesson 22 when we're going to learn to ask for and give directions. Until then, hasta luego, adiós.